This exhibition has been the best part of 25 years in the making. I first met Craigie Aitchison in the early 90s. I'd been an admirer of Craigie's work for some years and recall the striking images of his paintings that had been used to advertise several of his previous exhibitions. The striking colours, the imagery, the crucifixions, the male nudes, the female nudes. He'd always drawn and had a devoted interest in art, and he went to the Slade at the same time as a group of artists whose work today has become highly regarded. So to put his work in that context seems a natural idea, and to try to create a feel for what that period was like in the late 50s and early 60s in London.
There are very few galleries in London and in Britain in the 40s, 50s and 60s, mainly because of the war. And those that survived heroically. And the most heroic of all was the Beaux Art Gallery in Bruton Place, because it was quite a kind of stable, I think, originally, converted into art, and it had a high stand at the back. You went upstairs to it, where Mrs. Beaux sat, looking balefully at the customers, but protecting British painting with all her heart, and a particular kind of painting as well.
He used to stay with me, and he used to like to pay sort of bedsit rent. And he didn't have the money, but he had just painted that little picture. I've always absolutely loved it because it's like a little icon. And it has these two very faint angels on each end of the arms of the cross. And I always supposed it was a direct reaction to going to Italy and seeing all those lovely Giottos and Fra Angelicos. It was the beginning of this fantastic theme for him, a series of crucifixions. He never stopped painting after that.
He painted this picture of me when I was 21, and it took 4 years to complete. And so I had ample opportunity to see what he did. The sittings involved him sitting on a little chair. He didn't like the idea of a studio, so he just painted in his bedroom. He didn't actually draw an outline at any point. He created the outline. This is the unique quality of his final images, which is that they've been discovered and edge to edge. They haven't been sort of outlined and filled in. And that was his process. And it was very tentative and involved a great deal of rubbing out. And he often said, it's only when I rub something out that I find what I mean underneath. If you were going to be Craigie, you had to have almost no talent for drawing easily. He found it really, really hard to do. And so that's why they're so painstaking, the placings of the objects in relation to each other. Because in a way that was his achievement. For him it was so hard.